Hello everyone. So today's going to be a different video from the usual, and I'm going to be introducing a new series to my channel where I talk to a bunch of different Gyaru. I'm going to entitle this Gyaru Gab, which I know Gab has kind of a negative connotation, but much like Gyaru, and to reclaim negative words, we're going to reclaim this in the way that most Gyaru talk about fashion and everything seems superficial, but to us it's very important topics. So that's why I'm naming it Gyaru Gab. That, and it flowed really well. With that being said, I'm going to try to chat with a bunch of my close gal pals, and we're just gonna chat. We're just gonna have a chill time and talk about some of the stuff that's important to us, and I hope this kind of helps you get to know us better and kind of humanize us in a way. Anyways, with that being said, I am super honored right now because my first guest is just such a sweetie, and we've been really good friends for a while, so I'm very thankful that she was willing to do this. If you've lived under a rock, you might not know who she is, and that's why she needs an introduction, but otherwise, she doesn't need an introduction. But we're gonna do one anyway, and stuff, so I'm going to bring Lizzie on from HelloLizzieBee. Yay.
Hello. How's it going? Thank you so much for having me. This is so much fun. I'm so excited. I'm really excited. Like when I remember when you first told me, I just thought it's such a good idea. Like, you know, podcasts are definitely a bigger thing now, so really excited to do this. But yeah, introduction. Gosh, okay. I'm Lizzie. I'm from the UK. I've been into gal for... Oh boy. Okay, I can't... I mean, over 10 years, basically. I'm an oldie.
With old biddies.
Yeah. We're like Gyaru grannies, aren't we?
Back in my day.
I know, back in my day. But yeah, so to be honest, I can't remember what life was like before gal, I guess. It's like just such a huge part of me, as it is for you, I guess, so.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, with that being said, I guess we should get into kind of more about you and whatnot. I'm gonna ask you right now, and I know this is like such a typical question, but
Okay.
I feel like it's important because it's going to get us into everything else. What is your current boom? Like, what are you feeling right now? And how has it changed? How's it changed? How's it shifted?
So, right now, I'm loving Hime Gyaru, which is, like, to me, it's just crazy because I used to love Hime Gyaru. Like, that was the first style I found when I was, like, I was into Lolita, and then I was like, oh, I don't really like it, it's not really my thing, and that's when I found out about gal, but the first substyle was Hime Gyaru, and then it was obviously all the other substyles. So it's really weird how 10 years later, you know, come full circle. I'm not, and I'm loving it at the moment. It's like I'm just discovering a new style again, and it's been so long since I felt like that.
I personally loved seeing you grow in Hime Gyaru because I know at first you were kind of like, I don't know, and just seeing you grow organically and through YouTube of all places, because I feel like so much stuff is so perfectly curated. I feel like a lot of people looking from the outside in to Gyaru are like, oh, they look good like all the time, or that like things are perfect the first time around, but we're really seeing you experiment with your style and really learn things on screen, and I just feel like it's so real and so organic.
Thank
you. I'm so proud of you.
Oh my gosh, you're actually killing me.
I'm so proud of you for like actually conquering something that you didn't think you'd get to do, and yeah, you came full circle, which I guess brings me onto a really cool story. You told me off recording, but you share the story because this is actually really ironic.
So I used to be obsessed with Sweet Princess. Do you remember her? She was like amazing. Hime Gyaru. She's like the perfect example of a Hime Gyaru back then, and even now, like loads of people, including myself, see her as a massive inspiration. And I was just going from well, I was going through my blog because, you know, we were talking about me being into Hime Gal and like my Agajo thing, which I'm guessing we'll talk about later. I feel like we should, maybe.
Definitely, we have to. Absolutely.
Yeah, but I discovered that in 2012. So this is like even before my Agajo era. I actually bought a Jesus Diamante top from Sweet Princess, and like it wasn't, I don't think it was my first brand item, because in that same blog post I'm wearing Gold's Infinity, which I also sold. But yeah, I sold that top, and now I'm kicking myself because I haven't seen a top like that. Like if I can send you a photo later, it's basically, it's got kind of like, I think it's supposed to be off shoulder, but it was just way too small for me for it to be an off shoulder. And then it has the iconic rose print like as a ribbon going through it. Like it was really, it was lovely, and it had really nice billowy sleeves. But yeah, at the time it was too short in the body for me, and I didn't think, oh, maybe I should, layer it up or whatever, and I just sold it. But yeah, it was the first item, and you know what, it brings up another memory. When I bought that top from C, this is before I had PayPal or anything, so I had to do it by bank transfer. But at the time I was at uni, and I had to ring my dad to help me. And he was like, "You're not buying anything dodgy, are you?" I was like, "No, it's just, it's not."
Really weapons.
So yeah.
Weapons, don't worry about it.
To be honest, I wish I had that obstacle now, because it would really stop me from buying so much.
This is so easy now.
Yeah, it is so easy, isn't it?
Yeah, compared to before, we had to like do basically like fucking drug deals back in the day.
Yeah, it was so hard. And like back then, from what I remember, like, I mean, I only started buying from places like Mercury for the past year. Like, can you believe it? 9 years after starting Gal, I've only just started doing that. But before,
you go on LiveJournal.
the only way you could wow, oh my goodness, yeah, LiveJournal, that's another thing we should definitely talk about. But I just remember like going through loads of Facebook pages and whatever, just trying to see what someone else is selling, and it was, I mean, not gonna lie, it was for ridiculous prices, but it was the only way to buy stuff. So yeah, oh gosh, it's crazy how you can still remember stuff like this.
Yeah, like,
what do you remember about buying? I'm quite interested, because you have such a massive wardrobe. Like, sometimes I think, oh, you might actually have more than me, I think, and that is a feat in itself, because I thought I had a massive wardrobe.
I think I do. None of it fits in my closet. Like, some of it doesn't fit in my closet. Like, I've had to get really clever. But I was really lucky and stuff, because the brands were coming over to California. So I was just buying directly from them when they were visiting. And so I had a really small micro wardrobe at the time. And then I was also, I think a lot of people had thought I had more brand than what I actually had. Because what I do is I'd buy from like the little Asian street shops.
Oh, yeah. I know which ones you mean. Yeah.
Because the clothes are still really unique, and they almost looked like Himekaji or like Liz Lisa. They didn't look like Mars or Daya or anything like that. They just looked like Liz Lisa a lot of the time, and that was what was trending. So I was gonna say,
it's what's trending, isn't it? Oh, so lucky.
So a lot of it was just that, and then I started importing clothes around 2014, and I just started keeping up with the market. Like that's been like kind of my hobby ever since, is just keeping up with what the market looks like. And I mean, for those of you who don't know, like, I'm basically the brand drug dealer. I'm the one that's like, hey, look what I found.
Maybe we should like censor that. I don't know if people will like.
No, I only help friends. I'll tell you that right now. I only help friends. I only help very close friends. My services are very limited. That's okay.
Yes, well, we always joke that you're my manager, son. Because you do. You are like my manager.
Come up with all the like crazy ass like ideas sometimes. Like
Yeah,
I'm the
which is
worst
great.
enabler.
Ideas like this.
I'm the
Ideas
worst
like
enabler.
this. Well, it's all fun and games, though, so it's okay.
It truly
Okay.
is. My God.
Were you ever on LiveJournal?
Yes.
So I know. Wasn't it great? Like, everything was so easy back then. Like, everyone had a LiveJournal. I think this was before Facebook, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I don't remember using Facebook at the same time.
LiveJournal
so.
and stuff. Like that was the shit. I wasn't Gal back in the LiveJournal days, but I lurked through like the Everyday Gal or Daily Gal. I forget what it was called. And then I'd also
there was Kogal Panel. There was Kogal Panel, and then the Everyday Gal one. And I swear there was another one.
It was a handbook. Remember the handbook?
Yes, there was. Yeah. But the ones I used most were obviously Kogal Panel. Like, oh my god, my post back then was so cringy. Like, I would literally just put one bit of eyeliner on my eyelid and be like, "Am I gal yet?" And I'm like, "Oh my god, your eyebrows are like." I didn't wear any other makeup apart from that eyeliner. It was awful. Like, I sincerely apologize to everyone who existed in my newbie era and tried to help me, because I was a lost cause back then.
We all start somewhere. Look at you now. Like, my god.
Like, thank you.
Stuff. I did a lot of like Lolita and VK Post back then. That was kind of my deal.
Yeah.
So like I was looking through gal magazines because I lived in San Francisco and we had a Japanese bookstore. So I just flipped through the magazines and I was a fan and I looked through things, but I wasn't actively doing it until much later. But all my outfit posts were on like the Lolita and like VK sides of things and stuff. And then eventually like I got like a Tumblr and a blog, as did you. Now you have like Tumblr. A crazy blog and stuff, which I guess bring us into the blogosphere for you and how that's changed, because you're one of, I don't want to say you're one of the few bloggers that exist, but I'd like to think so at this point. There's a couple other Gyaru bloggers, but it's not like it used to be.
No, I mean, back then, like with the whole LiveJournal thing, people had blogs to communicate, and we would like comment on each other's posts and blah blah blah, like, because that was the only way. We didn't have Instagram, so, and I feel like with this rise of social networks, stuff like this kind of died, which is understandable. Like,
unfortunate. If
it wasn't for my wasn't for my luck? I don't know what. If it wasn't for my love of blogging, trying to get my words out, I would have given up as well as soon as Instagram came on, because with Instagram you literally can just upload a picture and don't have to write, like, you could just, it's just so easy to post. Whereas I feel like with blogging, people find it harder to blog because, I don't know, I think it's the thing, well, if it's a blog I have to write a massive essay, when back then it wasn't really that. Like, if you look at if you read loads of old models' posts, they literally, like, some old gals will just say, "I'm going to bed night to night," and that was a blog post. So it's kind of similar to like Instagram stories. People should treat their blogs like Instagram stories. I think
hard.
It's just so much easier. So, well, that's what I'm trying to do anyway.
Yeah, no.
Isn't it right though? It's just like, I bought this today.
I enjoy it. I treat Instagram kind of like my like blog, and then I do like those big monthly or like bi-monthly roundups. So I do those like really long blog posts. But I like how you've gone from doing like, you said that you felt like a lot of pressure from doing like curated, perfected content, and then you went from that to just I'm gonna post what I want, like fuck it, and I love that.
Yeah, I think it was a huge step for me, because obviously like, I mean, I've had this blog for as long as I can remember, because I started from LiveJournal, then I decided, you know what, I want to try something else, and over the years, like, the amount of blogs dwindled, and I don't know how it happened, but people would come to my blog for advice, and to be honest, like, I was more than happy to help. Like, I love helping people.
Same.
Absolutely love it. Like, if people ask me questions, I'm like, drop everything, and do what I can to help them. But then that kind of turned into a bit of a problem, because I would, be stressing out at night, like, oh no, this person needs some help, I need to do this, I need to do this post. I would literally, as soon as someone says, oh, you should do a post about this, I'm like, oh my god, yes, I will, I'll do it right now. And it was so exhausting. And I think people stopped seeing my blog as like, as
diary.
A personal thing, like
diary.
Yeah, it used to be a diary, and then it like they just saw it as a resource. Yeah, exactly. But I'm like, well, it's only me behind it. Like, it's just me. This is just my blog. And it got to a point where I was just feeling so much pressure that everything I had to write had to be perfect, and I wasn't allowed to make mistakes. I had to, it was like, oh, I have to set an example, sort of. If that is the right word, I don't know if it's the right word, but I just felt like
an
a
ambassador.
lot of pressure, because kind of, this is just what I felt like. Obviously, it's just what I felt like, but I felt like I had a lot of eyes on me that were watching me, what I was doing, so I couldn't make a mistake. Like, I had to always be knowledgeable about everything, where I'm still learning, and I know it's been 10 years since I started, but I don't know everything, and I didn't want people to think that I knew everything, because I don't. And all the things that I write about on my blog are my own personal opinions, because they're based on my own experiences. So it was really hard. It was super hard trying to keep up to that standard.
It even affected your sub-style shift, even, from what I know.
Yeah.
You felt
it really did.
From what you told me, with going from, like, agajo, because that's what everybody knew you for, and expected out of you, from what you told me. Then
definitely,
doing your own thing, and just being like, I'm gonna do everything for me now.
Yeah, that's exactly it. Like, I mean, even now, like, some people would look at my Agajo photos and be like, this was so inspirational. And I mean, on the one hand, I am so flattered. Like, I am so happy that people are inspired by that, because
You're still cute.
I loved Agajo. Oh, thank you. I was just so happy, but I think
dude.
Kind of, like, I'm growing, and I'm like, okay, well, it's like I kind of know what it feels like now to be, for example, like a carrier. When people say, oh, I don't like a carrier style now, I liked her when she was 10 years ago. I'm like, oh, great, so everyone liked me from 5 years ago, what about now? Do they think? But as soon as I stopped thinking that, though, because that's kind of tied into me wanting to present myself in a way that others expect. But now I'm just like, by the way, I'm really into Hime Gal, and I don't know what I'm doing, so I'm just gonna take you along with me. I don't know everything about it. I'm gonna make loads of mistakes. You know what, I plucked my eyebrows, like the whole thing, the other day. I've never done that before, but I literally plucked it so much, and I kind of regret it, so I need to wait for it to grow out. But stuff like that, I think, like, regardless of how long we've been gal or whatever, there's still so many things to learn about,
experiment with, and
new ways to learn as well. So it's really exciting. Like, it fills me with so much excitement, and I think that all tied, I think, sorry, this is like really roundabout, really sorry, I'm just rambling here.
You're fine,
but
go on.
I think this all ties in with my blog. Like, as soon as I had my little breakdown, as I call it, about my blog, I was so close to deleting my blog, because I was like, this isn't a blog anymore, this is a website, this is a resource. And I was like, oh no, I need to just stop and like walk away. But then I was like, you know what, nah, I'm gonna keep all my old posts. I like stripped down my theme, so it was no longer a website looking theme, it was back to basics. And so were my posts. Like, I was literally, it was as if something unlocked in me, and suddenly I was writing like 2-3 times a day, like posting up blog posts that was super casual, like really low quality photos. I would write stuff that I'm inspired by and what I'm planning on doing, and it was just super casual. I didn't have to think like, oh, I need this post to get out there in the world, everyone has to see this post. It's like, it's your choice whether you read my post. Yeah, it's like, it's your choice whether or not you want to read my post. But either way, I'm just gonna keep on writing what I want.
I love that, and like that's the thing. Like it just feels more real versus just seeing. Like it just makes gals seem more human than just like photo shoot after photo shoot after outfit of the day after makeup of the day and things like that. Like we're getting to see what you eat. We're getting to see things you go to, and we get to see friends outside of gal, because I feel like that's another misconception too, is like, oh, can I still do gal if my friends aren't into gal? And it's like, hell yeah. It's like, I don't Christ,
definitely,
and stuff. So my question for you currently is like, which bloggers currently inspire you a lot? Like which ones are you
Georgie? Georgie, I honestly, I'm just gonna jump right in and say I bloody love her.
Same.
Honestly. Oh my goodness. I'm like, honestly, right, so this is gonna be so cringe. I really hope Georgie doesn't listen to this. It's gonna be so cringe. But I'm literally like a huge fangirl. Like oh my god, I'm such a fangirl. And also, so we first met face to face in Japan, and I was so nervous because I was like, oh my god, what if they're like, maybe they think I'm incompetent or whatever. And then I met them, and when I say them, I mean Akipura. So it was Georgie, Mayu, Noi. Was it Georgie, Mayu, Noi? Yeah, I think. Yeah. It was those three that were there at the same time. Oh my god, it was so long ago. I had to really rack my brains. But they were so sweet and so lovely. And it's like, at one point I'm like, am I actually your friend? Like, oh my god, you see me as your friend. So yeah, I love Georgie. I think her blog is just my favorite because she brings back that whole like nostalgic, like just blogging whatever, whenever, and nothing's perfect, nothing's like planned photo shoot wise. She's just literally take a photo take an outfit photo in a mirror and go. And I just love that. Obviously there are other bloggers out there, but my mind is just full of Georgie.
It's fine. I mean, like I said before, Akipoyo's supremacy all day, every day. If it's not you, it's Akipoyo.
I love them so much.
Like dead ass.
Oh mate.
And stuff.
Yep.
And then
Yep.
Is there a Japanese blogger that like you really take inspiration from? Like it could be a past one too. Like
okay. Got so many. You're ready. So I love Okaria, of course. Her blog still exists, thank goodness. And then Himena as well. And Chi, because unfortunately Chika deleted her blog, which is quite sad. But she still has hers. Or did Chika even have a blog? I don't know, But like at the moment it's only Chi there. And then, oh my god, I'm really trying to rack my brains. I feel like I need to bring up, so I've got like a massive folder on my desktop of like gal blogs, but I'm pretty sure like there's Settlement. I don't know. I think her blog is deleted,
Oh, okay. Dang.
Is it? I can't remember. I know. Gutted. Like the amount of people that have deleted their blogs is so upsetting. Like people like Nemo Yayo. Oh my god, I can't say her name. But she deleted her blog, and I was so upset. I thought I came up with someone, but I forgot. Oh my god, I can't think. But I do have loads of blogs saved, and I'm just like, oh well, look at this person today. Like I have some Gyaru.
You're showing somebody the Jesus Diamante blogs because they still exist,
the Jesus Diamante
blogs.
Yeah, I mean, you kind of need not hourglass. You kind of need a magnifying glass to read some of their blogs.
It's really old.
Yeah, it's so old. Oh, love it. I absolutely love it. But I would say like Okarie. I'm pretty sure Kamiki's blog is still existing. You know,
heck yeah.
I feel like it is. Yeah.
Yes.
But I mean, I just love Okarie and Himena. Like, those are my top two. And Chi, sorry. Yeah. So those are my top three.
Yes.
Yeah, I just love the way they decorate their photos as well. Like, they would, you know, it's as if you they. I can't describe it. Like, you know, when they draw all over the photo. Yeah. Like, they do it like that, and I just love it. And I'm like, the lower quality the picture, the better.
When you deco yours, even like that's magic to me. I love a good deco anything. Like the deco photos just hit different. Like.
Oh, they do. They, you know what? They make me feel more gal. I know that sounds really stupid, but because, like, ever since this is gonna be really cringe. Ever since I started Hime Gal, I finally feel like, oh my god, I actually look gal. Like, my photo actually looks as if it came from an actual Hime Gyaru, and that just makes me so happy.
Thriving. I love it.
And it's all because of all the sparkles. All these sparkles.
I just, yes. I mean, like, you were gal before. Like, I don't know why you don't think you.
Oh, mate, I've got such bad self-confidence. I think I was gal in my Agado era, and the in-between. I mean, I guess, you know what? I really loved my Hime Kaji. I'm still into Hime Kaji, of course, but I am trying to dip it. Like, I feel like Hime Kaji is my everyday style, and then Hime Gyaru is, you know, if I got a celebration or something. But yeah, I'm just going with the flow.
I mean, do what you want. I feel like gal is all about not giving a fuck. And that's across all of the sub-styles. That's across all of the, like, board. Like, I feel like to be gal, you have to do things for you, not for the sake of other people, not because you gotta have, like, if you don't have confidence, you gotta fake it and stuff.
Well, I've been faking it all along.
I mean, same as Rihanna says, it's either that or cry myself to sleep, and who wants to do that? Okay, like, so I
oh, it's so true.
Get it and whatnot. So in terms of, like, products, and I know, like, we're very. Like, you and I are very hesitant to, like, share everything, because sometimes you gotta do your own research and stuff, so I'm not gonna pry too much, but are there certain, like, products or things that you're really feeling right now? Like, it can be in makeup or anything like that as well.
I don't know, I really love Jesus Del Monte, but they're really expensive.
In terms of brand,
So, yeah, products. Oh my goodness, why am I struggling? Oh, I bought a new eyeshadow palette. I'm daring. Going out there. So adventurous. But I actually bought an eyeshadow palette that didn't just have brown shades. Oh my god. I know. Really pushing the boat out. But it's I can't remember what it's called, but it's a palette by Revolution, and it's got lovely sparkly shades. Like, it's got sparkly pinks and whatever, which I do have to be careful with, because obviously lol X-Men loves to kill me. But yeah, I'm really loving it. Like, I really want to do more colourful eye makeup, especially with pinks, because, you know, they go with Hime Gyaru. Yeah, but I think I want it to, like, reflect what I'm wearing. Like, if I'm wearing a blue dress, I would want blue
shadow
colors,
pastel.
You know? Yeah. So that one's one of my
kind
favorites.
Of like your current makeup boom, you say.
Oh yeah, that's another thing. It's like, I really want to experiment with different eyeshadow shapes. Like, I'm trying to figure out how to describe it, but
contouring your eye.
Yeah, well, yeah, I guess, but it's like, because, you know, last year I experimented with using different lower lashes, which was a game changer. Like, I love Sweet Eye, Diamond Lash Sweet Eye. Oh my god, I didn't think it would work on me, but then I did it on a video call.
Same. I didn't think they're so fucking long. I was like, yo, this is gonna look crazy. And then you put them on and you're like, yo, what the hell? I regret not buying more, and now they're
And
so hard to find. Fuck my life.
Yeah, they are. Oh my god. Yeah, I try to buy them whenever I see them. But so that was like the first step, I think. But this year it would be nice. Or this year, as if it's a New Year's resolution. But I would like to try different eyeshadow, eyeliner stuff. Like last weekend, I basically did a look. So I still had like the droopy eyes sort of thing going on, but the way I did my eyeliner, instead of doing it on the waterline, I did it underneath it and then did lots of eyeshadow, like super old school. So it really did make me like it emphasized the droopiness. And then I just skipped out on lower lashes, and it was like proper old school. So, and I think I would really want to try different lashes, because do you ever get that feeling like, oh my god, what happens when I run out of all these lashes? So I'm trying to buy lashes from places like AliExpress and see if they can make it work, but it's really hard for me because obviously I don't have circle lenses, so I need to I need to like emphasize my eye makeup even more.
I shouldn't say this on a recording, but I'm gonna say it anyway. I'll see what I can do to help you, Lizzie.
Oh my goodness. Hot diggity daffodil. This is why she's my manager, everyone. This is why.
I know how to find the goods, but legitimately, I'll see what I can do to help you. Because I know for you, it's even more challenging, because without circle lenses, your makeup can look... Without circle lenses, people's looks can habitually look really top-heavy. Or if they do the droop, it looks really bottom-heavy. It's really hard to balance it out, so...
Yeah. It is super hard, but I mean it can be done, but like it just takes practice.
You're proof it can be done and stuff. So
you
seen that? Like I had to tell somebody yesterday even, because they were asking me if gals could be gal without a tan, and I was just like, what the hell are me and Lizzie then?
Oh, for goodness sake. Oh my goodness, these topics have been long discussed, and I know I feel so bad saying this, but I'm really tired of it now. Like, I think it's something you can Google. Oh my goodness, I feel like so horrible saying
and
this.
Like, I'm thinking to myself as like somebody's asking me this. I'm like, okay.
Yeah, and you're pale as well.
I've never tanned, and I'm just like, okay, then what am I then? Like, am I not gal to you?
Yeah, exactly.
It's not even to be a snob, it's just I think we just get asked so much, and I think it's also like the fact that Ageha and stuff, like none of the girls have and in that.
Yeah, I think I think a lot of newbies, thanks TikTok, let's just say that first and foremost, but when they first find out about gal through things like TikTok, they think, you know, the super old ganguro kind of thing, and the, you know, super old school, but then it's like you said, you know, well, there's people from Agaha or Soul Sister or I don't know, Popchi, and
like 2012, they're not nearly as tan. Some of them are, and like even if you look at like, certain things, like I have a couple eggs from 1999. If you look at the style in 1999, like some gals, yes, do have a tan, but it's so funny because if you look at some of those magazines, I feel like a lot of people who are like new to gal would find that style very boring because it's not crazy at all.
Yeah. No, totally. Like, they want to, I mean, it's like, well, I want to be in a Japanese fashion, but I want to be in the most recognizable, over-the-top version.
I think it's affordable, too, which is a big
mistake. No, gal is not affordable. You could do it on a budget, but it still costs money, you know? Like, you could buy cheaper lashes, but you still have to buy lashes.
If you're gonna do that, you gotta know what you're doing, too. Otherwise, it's just gonna be like the Titanic. Exactly. It's just gonna, you know, fucking sink into the ocean, dude.
So true.
Okay, so we took a break for a minute because Lizzie is a working woman. She is one of those OL gals. Office lady gals, for those of you who don't know the term. So we took a break, and now we're back. And I think the last thing we were talking about was just the mistake of how people think Gyaru is quite affordable, when it definitely is not.
Oh no, definitely not.
Mm-hmm.
It's crazy. I think, like, there's just so much to it, isn't there? Like, it's not just the makeup and it's not just the clothes. It's like the overall maintenance of it all.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like if you want to get nails done and stuff like that.
Yeah, that, and the thing is I feel like I said, people mistake it and think it's a simpler style, but then they kind of treat Al like Lolita almost, where they just think if you just buy a bunch of brand and throw it together, that it makes you gal, and that's definitely
like a little checklist.
Like, oh, I have an alba coat, thus I am gal.
Yeah,
and there's
oh my god,
makeup,
I would love
there's
an
hair.
alba coat.
And I don't know if you get these comments, because I get these comments, and they're so rude. Right? Oh my god, here comes.
Oh god, okay.
Here comes the gal in me. Here comes the bitch in me. But like, give me a list of brand. Give me a list, like, no hi, how are you? My name is, I don't get that. I just get a brand. Tell me your stuff. Give me a list of brand and stuff. And I mean, like,
that's not nice.
It's yeah, right? It's really rude. And not only that, but like, most of the time, I don't know if these people who are asking me for help, kind of like you, where like, you want to help people, you want to see people grow, but like, people also need to do their own research, and you don't know what intentions people have when they ask you these questions, right? So for me, it's an issue because we have a scalping problem in our community.
Yeah, definitely. Like, I know you mentioned before the alba coats, but honestly, like,
everything.
Yeah.
It's been so dumb. I do not understand how things went from like $10 to $15 on the resale market. Like, even the Japanese market has gotten stupid. Like, it's really shocking. Like, it's so funny because people just think like, oh, it's just Depop. I'm like, no, where do you think these people from Depop are getting stuff?
Yeah.
Like, it's made the Japanese market for the rest of us get so shitty. Like, I remember when everybody for a second hopped on a Raku phase. Like, everybody, and suddenly, like, me and my close friend Ichigo, like, we do kind of a mix between wanting to do Himekaji sometimes when we hang out to then wanting to do like Raku or VK. And so I was trying to find Raku items for them, because I think people have this misconception that like why I gatekeep personally is because I'm just trying to hoard it all for myself. I remember like getting a really shitty comment like that and just being like, yo, really? Like, yes. And I was just like, what the fuck? Like, no, I'm helping friends, like, too, because like, it's like, if anybody like wants to like dress up with me, especially locally, of course I'm gonna want to help them. Like, I'm gonna help local people, but it was such a pain trying to find things for Ichigo, because suddenly there's this big Raku boom, and things that were like $10 were suddenly $30 to $45.
That's insane.
Yeah,
that's really funny because that's crazy. I feel like the same thing has happened with Gyaru. Like, if you look for La Parfait, especially, it is so expensive now, and I think even Japanese sellers have caught on. Like, absolutely, because the amount of times where I've had cancelled orders because, you know, they say, oh, it's suddenly out of stock, but I think some people on Mercury, or it might be on other places as well, it's like they really keep an eye out for people who use a proxy service because they know that it'll probably be a scalper, which is such a shame for me and, for example, for me and you, who we're not scalpers, we literally just want to actually wear the stuff.
It's genuinely,
it just makes it really hard for everyone. Yeah, and
they like, know there's a proxy. They absolutely know there's a proxy, and it's became such a problem that like if you're very clearly using a proxy and a seller Is that, like, they're very hesitant to sell to foreigners over in Japan.
Yes.
This is. But because they're so aware of there being a scalping issue, it's why people's orders are getting cancelled. Actually.
Yeah, like, I had a shopping service. Oh, what was it? There was a shopping service, and because I wanted to use Mercury, they said, look, we're going to have to charge you an extra fee because we're going to have to use
our own
an account. Yeah, that looks like a personal one, because otherwise, you know, the sale might not go through. It's absolutely bizarre. It's something that I never really thought about until
it became a thing recently.
Yeah, and I think because more and more people have access to secondhand sites, which is obviously a good thing because it helps the community grow, but they then see it as a way to
take advantage.
Scalp people. Yeah, take advantage of it, which is really, really sad. And I know you briefly mentioned about, you know, you being, you know, accused of gatekeeping in a bad way. I think gatekeeping is healthy. I think it sometimes has to be done. I'm
frustrated with Gyaru getting treated like a micro-trend.
Yeah, and I feel like people are getting lazier these days. I know I sound like such a back in my day. We actually had to do our research, we would actually look through magazines and look through blogs to like figure out, oh, what is this brand called or whatever. But nowadays, the amount of questions people ask me, like, what brand is this? Where do you get it? Where do you get it? Where do you get it? And I'm like, oh gosh, like I have a blog which I've already listed all these places that I buy stuff from, but they're still asking because they just can't be bothered to type into Google where to buy Gyaru brand or something.
Some of it's that. Some of it's also you have to know Japanese. I'm gonna be very blunt, and it's not a gatekeeping thing, but I didn't take 4 years of Japanese in high school for nothing, and my Japanese is it's nowhere near good. Like I'm so rusty and out of practice, but like if you really want to know how to do things, learn Japanese. Like it sounds so bitchy when I say it, but like I worked. This is literally what motivated me to learn a second language. Is because I wanted to be able to read the magazines. I wanted to be able to know what the hell's going on.
This is why I want to learn Japanese. I feel bad. I really wish I started to learn Japanese when I first got into Gal, because I'm there like, I could have been fluent by now. Because I mean, I've been Gal for 10 years. Imagine if I learned Japanese in those 10 years. Although, this is going to lead me down a really dark hole where I'm like, I really regret not learning. So let's move on.
Totally fine.
But you learning Japanese is so cool. Just think of how useful it'll be when you go to Japan.
Yeah, and I mean, like I said, it's helped me navigate websites. It's helped me like read magazines and stuff. It's really, really helpful. I super recommend it, and it's hard work, and that's the thing. And I'm not getting paid to help people for something that I took. It's labor. Like I should be charging for labor.
It's like, oh, it'll be £10 per link you want me to find.
Like dead ass. Like I mean, it sounds so bitchy.
Yeah, actually, you know what? The whole bitchy thing, that's a huge stereotype in the gal comp. You know, loads of people are like, oh, I want to do gal, but I heard that the Gyaru community is like really bitchy. And I'm like, it's a fashion thing. Of course there's gonna be some, like, it's just human nature. Come on. Like,
it's a bunch of girls.
we can't all be like fairies and unicorns. World peace and like, what's that phrase in Mean Girls? You know, when she's like, I want to bake a cake.
That, and where like somebody's like, she doesn't even go here.
That's how I feel right now.
Like, I mean, the thing is I don't think it's the fact that we're bitches. I mean, it sounds like it based on what we talk about, but it's honestly for your own good. It's honestly for the community's own good. It's because we want to see people grow for themselves, and not
for
keep
sure.
this style that we've painstakingly dedicated like 10 years of our life to as a micro trend, where you're just gonna do this for a month, hoard everything, and then scalp it on Depop later and be on to the next thing.
And the thing about bitchy, I think people confuse bitchiness with honesty. Like, I would
definitely,
if I looked crap, I want to know that I looked crap because I want to look better. Can you imagine me walking around like, maybe I'm trying to think of an example now. Like, okay, if I was wearing a half wig, I would want you to tell me, ooh, you can really see that it's two shades, like it's two different colours. Like, why are you wearing a blonde half wig when your hair is brunette, you know? Like, I would want someone to point that stuff out. And then, obviously not in a nasty way. Please be gentle.
Yes, and I mean, too, like, you also have to pay attention who advice is coming from. And I've said this in other videos before. If you don't like what somebody has to say, you don't have to take their advice.
No,
you're not obligated to. And if it's somebody you look up to, then maybe you should.
Yeah.
Because then that aligns with what you're doing.
Yeah, like, I would, like, if people, you know, there's a difference between being mean and like giving constructive criticism. Like, I take everything on board, but then it's my choice whether or not I want to act on it. Most of the time I do, though, like, because I it's just who I am. Like, I really just want to keep pushing and improving and trying new things. But yeah,
like, for instance, if somebody told me I needed a harsher nose stripe, and I'm doing himekaji or agezo, where a harsher nose stripe or a really big droop isn't necessary, I'm not going to take that advice because, well, you know, that doesn't really align with my sub-style.
Yeah.
And if they don't do that sub-style, then I don't really think they have the ability to give me criticism that's helpful to me.
Yeah, but also you are able to say that because you actually have experience in gal. I think, like, because you know that, you know, that's not necessary in himekaji or like other soft styles.
That's why you do your research.
Yeah, that is why research is so important. Come on, girls.
Then you know exactly.
Knowledge is power.
If you know the difference between the sub-styles, you know what era people are taking from. Because that's the thing, I feel like a lot of people look at, like, sub-styles, right? But they don't look at years of how fashion has changed and shifted. And stuff. Because what gal looked like in 2006 doesn't look like what it looked like in 2012.
2010. Yeah. I totally agree, which is why magazines are so important, but it's so hard to find scans. Oh yeah, we do. This is where we plug ourselves.
Really?
My $7, we do magazine flip-throughs. You can have a look.
Yeah, we do flip-throughs.
Yeah, oh gosh. I think there's loads of scans out there, though. I know loads of girls, like, upload scans. I try to, but I don't have a scanner, so I just take photos on my phone and hope that's sufficient. But yeah, no, research. Come on, gals.
Do your homework.
For the love of Tsubasa, do your research.
Yeah, I mean, I know the stereotype goes that gals are horrible students, but for the sake of your aesthetic, the sake of your lifestyle, please, for the love of Tsubasa, do yourself a favor.
Yeah. Tsubasa is iconic. Bloody love her.
She really is. Like, if there's one gal you need to know about out of any of the gals, Tsubasa Matsuwaka.
Yeah, I lose. Oh god, this is where. Oh dear, this is where I'm gonna sound a bit mean, but I lose respect for anyone who's into gal and they don't know who Tsubasa Matsuwaka is. Like, come on.
Yeah.
Oh dear. Oh gosh.
It's not even that big of a deal. It's not even that big of a deal because, I mean, the thing is Tsubasa Matsuwaka crawled so many of us could run and stuff. And then, who else do you think, speaking of this question?
Sakurina.
You already knew what I was going to ask.
Yeah, I was like, yeah, I feel like people should know Sakurina. Like, especially, I don't know, I mean, obviously compared to Tsubasa, she's not, like,
as
big. But, I mean, Tsubasa's been around for ages, and, like, she's had her cosmetic line, and she was doing the singing with the Milky Bunny and stuff like that. So I think those two are, like, definitely the basics.
Yeah,
for sure.
You have your Ageha icon, you have your Pop Tina icon. Do you have an egg icon?
Egg. Ooh. I don't know. Whenever I think of egg, I think of Kanako.
Kanako, yeah.
Yeah, Kanako Kawabata? I think that's what it is.
She's got short hair, does a lot of different dye jobs. I think she's had long hair at one time, but yeah. Her facial features are very distinct.
Yeah, they are. Like, she's so unique, I think, and she did a lot of, like, Amekaji sort of thing. Like, she's really good short hair inspiration. I can't think of any other egg.
Aina Tanaka, maybe?
I mean, who, sorry?
Aina Tanaka? She's really sexy. I mean, you might not know her, but she's...
Oh, okay.
She's hot.
I feel... Oh, okay. I feel like, with egg, I feel like we should mention some of the OG, like Ganguro, like Gehako.
Ah, yes. Gehako.
Yeah.
And then
is it Kana? Oh my god, what's her name? Kana? Is it Kana something?
Is it Karu? I don't do old school
her
like
face.
that.
No, me neither.
So that's why we don't know.
That's why we don't know.
Somebody's gonna tell us in our comments, for the love of God, please.
Yeah, I know. We're gonna be ripped apart. Here we go. Let's prepare ourselves.
It's okay. We can't know everything. See? We're human beings, guys.
No, exactly. And we've been in it for 10 years. Of course we don't know. We're not walking encyclopedias.
Well, not only that, but, like, we're Pop Tina and Ageha stands more than everything. Like, you know who you ask about Ranzuki shit from? You ask Georgie.
Oh, Georgie. Oh, yeah, who would be Ranzuki?
I have no idea.
Oh, what's her name? Is it Ayu? No, Nana Suzuki. Oh, wait. Suzu? Yeah, Suzu. She was Ranzuki, right?
Yes.
Pretty sure. Oh, God. Here it comes. This is where we're going to be ripped apart. Because we named something... It's okay. We are prepared.
This is proof that we're human and stuff. We stand certain magazines, you can tell. And stuff. More than others.
Oh,
do you have a new egg model that you like right now?
Ooh, new ones? Oh, you know what? I like, is it Seina, the Gyaru mama? She's like, I think she just turned 20 recently or something.
Yes.
You know which one I mean?
Yes, I know exactly who you mean. She has a YouTube channel.
Yeah. Yes, she does. She's got a very cute looking, sweet kind of face.
Yes.
I really like her, and I really liked, oh my goodness, I can't remember her name, but her Instagram handle is like Peach Instagram. Momo, yeah, I think she's graduated from the new egg now. Isn't she Nuts magazine now?
Possibly.
We didn't talk about Nuts. Oh my god, Nuts. We forgot. For Nuts, if you really like Onigiri, you have to know Sayoko Ozaki.
Ah, yes.
She's iconic.
She does like a lot of edgy stuff.
She does, doesn't she? Like, yeah.
Straight up.
Yeah. I wonder what she's doing now. But anyway, sorry, got really sidetracked then.
Okay, maybe we're not as terrible as we made ourselves out. We know certain people. Stuff. I think mine right now is Kire. Like, I'm such a fan of Kire. My egg magazine is signed by Kire. And then...
Oh my god, she has very strong eye makeup. Like, she's definitely... Like, even though she's new school, like, she definitely has strong old school influences. Does that make sense?
Yes.
I hope that makes sense.
It does make sense.
I think it makes sense.
And then I liked Ayaka a lot. Now she's a part of Nuts.
Oh yeah, she's Nuts now, isn't she? She's Nuts. I mean,
she's a part of Nuts.
She's
magazine.
in Nuts. Yeah, you know what I mean.
Yeah. I like Ayaka a lot. And then there's another one that just up and came out, and I feel like she's gonna carry the magazine once Kire leaves, and I always forget her name, but she has a really distinct look, and it's kind of similar to Kire's.
Is she
look.
the one that used to have pink hair? Oh wait. Oh
No, different, much younger.
Momo?
No.
I'd
have to look it up.
Oh my goodness.
She's very new.
Yeah. Okay, I'm very intrigued.
And stuff, but I feel like she's gonna carry and whatnot. I think she just debuted in my newest issue, and that's why her name hasn't stuck with me yet, but...
Yeah. There is one who has a YouTube channel. I think her name is Momo as well. But she's really young, and she's really like, she's proper old school. Ooh. Not old school. When I say old school, I mean like 2009, 2008.
Okay, what is your opinion? Speaking of which, this is an edgy opinion. I think they have elementary school kids in Egg right now. Did you know that?
Really?
Yes.
Okay, what is elementary? Sorry.
Like 11,
is that like primary
12
school?
Yeah.
Like before...
Yes.
Hold on.
It's like 6th grade.
Oh! Yeah. Wait, that's really young. Because normally, isn't it like the old issues, normally they're like 15 or over?
Yes.
It's like they're in what you would call high school, right?
So...
Is that right? I don't know.
Most Gyaru are like high school? Maybe a little bit of middle school, but like middle school is in like 9th grade, so like 14 going into 15. I always thought egg models were that, but now I've noticed on their YouTube channel and other places, they have like 11 and 12-year-olds. That's
really young. I'm not too sure how I feel about that. I think they're still children. I don't know. This is a tricky subject. Yeah. I think I'll just leave it as I don't know how I feel about that. Like, I feel like that's very young, especially to be put in front of such a massive audience as well when you're so young.
Yeah, like
when I was 11, I didn't even have a phone.
These kids aren't even going through their awkward phase. Like, they look good straight out of fucking...
Yeah, it's so unfair.
Right?
I was super cringy back then. I'm super cringy now.
Somebody tell us if it's normal for gals to start that young. I felt like when I figured that Reiwa Gyaru were starting that young, I was kind of taken aback. I won't lie.
Yeah, I mean, when I started Gal, well, how old was I? I can't remember anyway, but I was like late teen. Not late teens, mid-teens, let's say.
I was 19.
Oh, I was like, I want to say 15, 16.
Oh, you were younger than me.
And I thought normally people would start from that age.
I think that's normal.
But also, how are they affording this?
Yeah, that's what I
they're
like
know. That young.
Like, what the actual fuck? Like what type of witchcraft?
Yeah. Like, even now I'm there like, an eyeshadow palette for £30 is way too expensive. I'll just go with one that's a tenner.
So, supposedly back in the day, what they'd do is they'd use, like, the samples at the stores.
Oh!
At the drugstores.
Oh! What? They would, like, do their makeup in the store? Sort of thing.
Supposedly.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
Really?
Yes.
See, this is very unhygienic.
I mean, that's kind of how they got the reputation that they got, possibly.
Wow.
Wild.
Yeah. I wouldn't do that personally. Whatever floats your boat, I guess.
They go to there or like the dollar store and do their makeup in like the karaoke.
Wow. Oh, you know what? I would actually. This is why I love YouTube, because you know we can be nosy.
Right?
Come on, we have to admit we're really nosy. It's just nice seeing like day in the life, but I want to see a day in the life of an actual Gyaru. And when I say actual Gyaru, I mean one that isn't a model.
Yes.
Because, you know, Seina and all that, they have their own channels, but I feel like it's still very curated. But
scripted, curated.
I want to see... Yeah, like it's still...
Under
management. I want to see one where it's on a phone.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just... You know what I mean?
Yes, like it's like
I mean,
because like back when they used to film these girls on the street, they were so wild and free. Like it wasn't about It's like what we mentioned with blogs and like everything like that. Like now everything feels so perfect and curated, and it's just not. It just doesn't feel human.
Yes. I think this is just here we go.
Back in my day.
This is society. This is society as a whole. It is though. Like everyone, you know, Instagram, like picture perfect photos. So picture perfect life, you know. But I'm too lazy for that. It's so tiring. How do people do it all the time?
I think it's because we've gotten older. I don't think we have the same energy we had when we first...
My knees crack when I think about it. Think about all those photo shoots.
Well, like it's like us with heels. Like I used to wear heels all the time, and now I'm just like hobbling around like an old lady. Like,
oh mate, I never wore heels to begin with.
Oh my god.
I could stand in them. That's about it.
I used to walk in them like literally I used to do Gab makeup like every day, and now I'm just like
oh boy,
my poor eyes, my poor eyes, because I used to buy circle lenses, dead ass, I'm not even kidding. I used to buy circle lenses at the beauty stores for like $10.
Oh no. Oh my.
And I wore them like every day.
Oh boy. Yeah,
don't do
do this, kids.
Yeah, don't
do that.
Don't try that. Don't
do that.
Don't be me. Don't be doing dumb bitch shit. Yeah, I used to be so chaotic and like full of energy, and like I was just like, you know, YOLO. If I go blind, that doesn't matter. Like at least I look cute. And now I'm just like, are you fucking crazy? What shit are you smoking, bitch? You can't see. You can't do anything. Do you understand?
I can't see. Oh boy! Oh my god! What the fuck?
Oh no! I have the breakdown on this. Oh,
I'm gonna. What is it called? Is it? Do my back in if I'm laughing.
No. Well, I hope they're as amused as we are, because my god. But yeah, don't.
They probably think we're ridiculous. We're crazy.
Truly,
we're insane.
Don't be me. You don't want to be. Well, don't be young me. Now it's okay, possibly, maybe a little bit, but like young me, don't be young.
Yeah,
me.
but maybe we should say you should. You know what, dear.
Do as I say, not as I do.
What the fuck? That doesn't make sense, does it? Hold on.
Yes.
What does I say? But not as I.
Yes.
I suppose. Well, I was just gonna say you're long and full of yife. You are young and full of life. You'll be fine. Wear the high heels, but take a pair of Crocs with you.
Yeah. And don't buy $10 circle lenses from the beauty store.
Oh yeah, please look after your eyes.
Yeah,
pretty please.
Use prescription contacts. Get your prescription. Get them from like legitimate places, because like if you lose your vision, like that's it.
Yeah.
Don't be me. When I was like 19. Putting shit into my eyeball. Did you ever used to wear circle lenses?
Yeah. Oh boy, those were the days. Yeah, I used to wear circle lenses, but I always had to get toric lenses. So toric lenses are lenses for those with astigmatism.
And they rotate.
Which is what I've got. I know, yeah. I have to like put in the certain angle or like curvature of my eyes, and yeah, it's not fun. So because of that, they were hella expensive. Like toric lenses were, I don't know how much you normally pay for normal lenses, but for toric lenses it was like 40 quid, and you have to wait for 3 months because they obviously have to make it especially for your eye. But the actual diameter of the circle lens wasn't big anyway, so when I put it on I was like, this is literally just the same as my eye size.
What the heck?
Like, what the hell? But I used to have a pair of purple ones, which I absolutely loved. Really I've always wanted like purple eyes.
Yeah, same. Pink, purple.
Yeah, it's just so magical. And then I had a pair which had like a black gradient on the edges.
Oh, okay. Like a regular ring. Yeah,
it was kind of like feathered.
Yeah.
Like towards the middle, so like your natural eye color fades out. But yeah, but then they started really irritating me. Like I would get really red eyes, and I was like, you know what, I don't want to risk it anymore, which is what I had to learn how to do makeup without
Circle lenses.
Because I mean, when did I buy circle lenses? I bought circle lenses maybe 2-3 years after I started Gal, so I kind of already had to do makeup without them. But yeah, I just have to do really dramatic lashes. Eye makeup now with dramatic lashes, so
makes sense. It's definitely a juggling act because like it's difficult because if you get the lashes too long, it's too top heavy. But if you do them too short, then show up like
you can't see them. What's the point?
Yeah.
What's the point? Yeah, it is a struggle, which is why lashes to me is so important because I need to find the right one where I'm like, can you actually see them? But
I bet bottom lashes look scary too for you. That would be where I struggle.
Yeah, bottom lashes. Yeah, I have to get dramatic ones. Which is why I love Sweet Eye so much. I know we talked about Sweet Eye before, but here's another shout out to Sweet Eye.
You're gonna make it to where you can't find it anymore.
I know. Oh, you know what? That's the really sad thing, isn't it? They don't do stuff like that anymore.
They don't. Like I don't understand why. Like,
no. It's not trendy though, is it? Like to have dramatic lashes. People prefer
natural, but then I'm like, well, what's the point?
Natural, yeah.
Because they don't even show up on them even. So it's like, okay, what's the point of even putting an eyelash in?
Yeah. Although extensions are now a thing. I wonder. I am interested to see extensions in Gal. I don't think it will work for me personally because I've got eczema, sensitive skin, blah blah blah. But I would like to see extensions being used in Gal, like how that would work. Aside from for Gyaru.
Yes.
Like, I want them to be, like, I don't know, for Mamba or something really dramatic.
Right, that would be wild. I like changing up my eyelashes too much for that. Like, and I changed my sub style so much. Like, I don't have a sub style actually. Like, what am I talking about? Like, I'm everywhere. Like, I do what I feel like. So my eyelashes always change. So I can't do extensions. I considered it for a little while, like getting my brows microbladed, getting eyelash extensions in because it would save so much time going to work. Because
no, definitely, because they last for like 2 weeks, don't they, or something? 2-3 weeks.
Yeah, that, and like I typically would have a really long commute to work. Like here, it would take me to get to a job in the city. It would take me an hour and a half to 2 hours, and that's one way and stuff. So I'd have to leave at like 5 or 6 to get over there.
Yeah.
Where I would need to
love a good commute. Yay.
And then if I went and worked in Japan, I kind of was just like, you know what? Like, it would just be easy. It would save me time because I still got to get on a train and I still got to go to work. So it'd be so much easier if my brows were already done and I just had natural lashes, so that way I don't look sick all the time. And who really wants to fuck with symmetry early in the morning? Like, how did I have this energy?
I mean,
how did I have this energy when I was young?
Eyebrows are sisters, not twins. Shout out to whoever came up with that. That's a brilliant saying.
Yeah. Brilliant, honestly. Speaking of commutes and whatnot.
Oh Jesus!
Let's talk about
my life.
Let's talk about meats, gal meats, because you guys get a lot of them in Europe. There's not as many in America.
Yeah, you American gals don't seem to. Although America is massive,
really
so you would have to travel really far, won't you?
It's really freaking, and like the inflation here lately has been so crazy. So I don't know, like between rent and groceries, I'm like, do I really have the luxury just to be traveling? Like at this point, I'd rather just save up and go to Japan. I think.
Oh yes.
I know you all live close together, so it's easy for you guys to see each other, and I'm so envious. Like,
yeah, sus pal. You just gotta move over here. That's it's just simple as that,
right?
Yeah, we are very fortunate because I mean, like France is what, an hour or 2 by plane? I can't remember, but it's not that far. Whereas, like, it's we're quite convenient that everyone's close together. I think things are cheaper, but I mean, gosh, I still remember my first meet, like my first international.
Tell us about that.
It was so scary for me. Like, it was the first time that I travelled abroad.
Yes.
Like with friends.
Wow.
So I went there with Chewy, and it was just really weird. Like, I was so nervous. Like, I was so thankful that Chewy was with me, because we're so alike. Because, like, you know, we don't really like going out clubbing really late. We like to go back to the rooms and stuff. So she was like the perfect Gyaru meet buddy. But I was really nervous, like, that people won't like me, or you know, that I will look stupid, etc., etc. And I was literally in the hotel room just before, like, oh my god, I can't do this. This is like way too much. But luckily, Chu was there to, like, you know, knock that out of me. So
the hype queen.
But I had such a good time, and this was also in my Agajo peak era.
Oh yeah, so snap out of it, you fabulous bitch. What the hell are you talking about? Like, you're gonna be fine.
Yeah, and it was also where I met Sui in real life, and oh my god, I loved her. Oh, I mean, by then she was in her, like, swan kiss kind of stage. But it was still just so amazing to actually meet the people that
looked up to.
Yeah, exactly. And yeah, ever since then I do try to go to every international meet. So obviously that's been a bit difficult with the current circumstances, but I do try my best to go, because I just love meeting everyone.
How do you think that,
you know, all over? How
do you think that meets, compared to when you first started attending and, like, now, have changed? Like,
I feel like it's I think it's changed because everyone, like, has known each other over the years.
Yes.
Like, we're no longer strangers, as it were. Like, you know, it's really hard to tell. Like, say, like, nowadays for a meet, and they're like, oh my god, I can see, like, all my friends there. Whereas when I first started going, it was more like, oh, I don't know anyone. But it's really hard to say. But I think nowadays, because we all know each other, it's kind of chill. Like, you know, people share rooms and stuff, so it's more of a, like, friendly thing. Friendly as in, like, we're all friends.
I feel like you guys also hang out outside of meets, even. Like, I think that helps.
Yeah, like, yeah, and that thanks to the internet, we talk a lot as well over on Instagram and stuff, which really helps bring us all together. So it's really nice. Like, I still worry sometimes. I think at the Jubilee, I mean, I was stressed about Jubilee.
How about that? Because you actually facilitated that entire thing. So
tell
us how to do that meet. Like, how? Tell us your experience.
Well, it was all of us. Like, we all did our part. So Amber was amazing. Like, she really held us all together. She was so organized. Like, she was, you know, reaching out to all these places, and then I would just go along and view them, and then we would collate all the information and then pick everything. So I mean, obviously it was very stressful trying to, like, you know, figure out where people can stay, and, like, just to make sure everything was okay, just to be a good host.
Yes,
really.
A wedding, but for Gyaru.
Like, it went it went well in the end. Like, it was really nice. Like, it was lovely. I had so much fun. I mean, I think you could tell I was very oh mate, one of the most awkward things about me and meets, right, is that I'm really bad at remembering names, and also I'm really terrible when it comes to pronouncing names as well. Like, I was...
You're good.
Yeah, I I was doing... Like, I was presenting the Gal Awards.
Yeah.
and I just got so nervous and whatever that I really messed up on someone's name, and I felt like I wish the floor could just swallow me up right then, and I started to panic and whatever. And I think it was Chris who was sitting at the front. They told me, you know, just breathe, you got this, sort of thing, which was very, very nice of them. But I think the problem with me is that I immediately go into panic mode whenever I make a mistake, and maybe that's because, you know, I'm such a perfectionist or whatever. So when I couldn't figure out the name, I was like, oh my god, I'm panicking, and then everything else went downhill.
Yes.
Like, for me, in my head, everything was going downhill, and it was all because of me, and I was like, oh my god, everyone must think I'm stupid.
Not even. You were doing great, sweetie.
Sure. So, yeah, but I just really can't wait to meet people again. Yeah. For the world to be a bit more normal.
Yeah, because you guys were the last international meet, and that was 2019?
Yeah, that was 2019. Oh yeah, 2019. How insane.
It was like a lifetime ago.
Yeah, it really was. I mean, it's been almost, what we in now? 2022. Yes. Oh my god. Cut maths. 19, 20, 23 years. Oh my god, I can't believe I actually had to use my hand to count.
Fine. It's been a while.
I'm so glad this isn't a video. I'm so glad this isn't a video, because people would see me going.
It's been that long since there's been like a big meet like that, and I always look forward to watching them. Like, even though I can't attend them, I always appreciate when people document them, because it shows that it's possible.
I wish I did.
Oh, you didn't have a YouTube.
I really wished. I know. Well, funny you should say that. I had a YouTube a very long time ago. I did like a few videos, super embarrassing, and then I stopped. And now I'm like, why? Like, I love the fact that I blogged about them all, which is good. But it would have been nice to have done a little video, you know, like in the vlogs that we do, where we don't talk or anything. We're literally just filming, like, everything that happens. We're not like, hey guys, I'm over here now, blah, 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 blah. But we just put some music, and then it's very, like,
chill. And I feel like it respects the privacy of other people too that don't want to be in the video. That's why I started doing that.
Exactly.
It's a lot more discreet.
Rather than shove a camera in their face.
Not only that, but it doesn't look like when I'm out places that I'm clearly vlogging. It just looks like I'm on my phone, which is extremely helpful and whatnot. Yeah. So I'm glad that you've even picked up that, and I super recommend it. I mean, I mentioned how I was inspired by Anchanland, who is a Japanese blogger.
Who you shared with me, and then that's how I got inspired. So it's like, it's all because of you, Darla. Oh boy.
You always bounce ideas off of each other all the time. Like, you've definitely inspired me and whatnot. You keep me motivated to want to keep on doing YouTube and stuff. Like,
oh, and I can say the same for you. There's
not a lot of gal YouTubers, man.
No, there's not. There's loads of Lolita. You know what? I like watching Lolita YouTubers because, you know, it's...
They have their shit together. God.
But again, it might be because, you know, people think it's hard, but then it's like, literally, the vlogs that me and you do, they're not hard. They are so, like, literally just whack out your phone and record anything. Like... The world, we are all nosy. It doesn't matter how mundane your video is. We're gonna watch it.
You really are, and like, obviously that shows how you've liked YouTube. But like, how like you started maybe like what, last year, doing regular content.
It was during lockdown for sure. Yeah, I think. Wait, what? Yeah, it was 2020.
What made you want to start YouTube?
I don't know. Oh, you know, actually I do know. It's because I started watching Chimello.
Ah, okay. Yes.
And I really like I can't understand a word she's saying, but I really like her videos, and I was like, I want to do stuff like that, because it was really funny, because she mainly films in her living room with a ring light on, and it's like, it's not super professional, you know what I mean? And I love the little sound effects and stuff that she did. And yeah, watching more YouTube videos in general. I think it was around the time when I really liked watching Decorate With Me videos. Like when people put up their Christmas decorations and stuff. So yeah, and then it was also because I got obviously really tired of TikTok, but it showed me just how much I enjoyed video. I know showed me how much I enjoyed doing videos. But yeah, so it's a lot of fun and games.
Yes, and I'm glad that you started, because I've actually been doing YouTube videos since 2013, like Gal.
2013.
Yes. I have not.
No way.
Yeah, I just haven't popped up until like last
That's
year.
insane.
So it was really lonely.
Oh my goodness.
It was so lonely.
Oh.
Because there were people that would do YouTube.
Like, not me.
Yeah, like there were people that would do stuff on YouTube that did like Gal content, but not regularly. So it's so nice to have somebody who regularly does Gal content.
Oh,
It's just less lonely.
Yeah, it is really nice. Like, I do like watching I love watching old videos, like the one, do you remember is her name Makeup Piggy or something? Like, she did a really, like, it was one of the first Gyaru makeup tutorials that I watched. And I think it was from like 2009 or something.
Wow.
I'm pretty sure her name was Makeup Piggy. But I just love watching old videos like that, and I know you do too, because we talk about it quite a lot, like finding old videos.
Yes.
It's just so nostalgic, isn't it?
Pin? Do you remember Pin?
I remember Pin. Did they delete?
Yeah, they deleted, but they used to blog a little bit.
I remember their blog, yeah. They always had such amazing big hair.
Oh my god.
Like, and they didn't wear circle lenses either.
Yeah. They were amazing.
And they did like mamba kind of makeup, but without the heavy tan, which is awesome. Yeah, they were really inspiring. I really, really looked up to them because I think back when I first started, not many people did Gal without circle lenses, but they did, and they looked amazing. So
I watched their videos, and I watched hysterics videos as well.
Yeah.
Back in the day.
Yeah, does Pins, are their videos still up? No. Oh, that's a shame. This is a sad thing, like, loads of people delete their blogs or their videos. Yeah, so sad.
I think hysterics videos still are floating out there somewhere and stuff, but they were from, I think, either Italy or Spain. Don't quote me on that. It's been a long time.
I think it was Spain.
I think it was Spain. I think so too. And stuff, but they were like the OGs, and I think at the time they were doing Amekaji mostly with hints of Lizzie.
Yeah, that sounds like. Yeah, I think when I started Gal, I didn't really know them back then.
Thought they were the coolest
because I wish I was part of the community, or at least knew more and whatever back then.
Just lurked
like
a creep,
because there was that massive US circle as well. Was it Diamond?
They were done in LA.
Yeah, because I remember watching one of the gals because Lariah did a series where people would post like, what was it? They would post, it was kind of like advice for for beginner Gyaru. And Shiana was there, and that Diamond gal was there, and I really wish I was in it.
I think her name was Valentine.
Yes. Yes, that definitely rings a bell. Yeah.
There was her, there was
back in the day.
Trisha, there was oh my gosh, their leader who is like iconic. I forget her name. It's not in my head, and it should be, and stuff. And then there was she's on my Instagram. We talk every now and then. She's up in SF now.
Oh really?
Because
Do you remember Monica
I
Tang?
do.
I loved Monica
She
Tang.
looks like Tsubasa, dude.
I know. She was flawless. I loved her.
Yes.
I bought one of the tops from her as one, like a top from her as well, and I was like proper fangirling. But I sold that top now, so it's funny that, isn't it? I sold the one from Sui, and now I've sold the one from Monica Tang. So.
Okay, yeah, the girl that is up in SF, I don't know if she wants her name revealed, but she goes by Pink Sugar Ichigo on Instagram.
I know her! Wait, she used to be in Diamond?
The more you know.
Really? No, because I talked to her all the time, and I had, oh my god, I was speaking to Diamond Gal royalty all this time, and I didn't know.
Yeah, she's so humble and chill, and we always mean to hang out because she lives in my area and whatnot. We just haven't gotten around to it because I'm not in the city very often, especially now that COVID's a thing and it's less safe. Like, it's getting looted here. It's just not safe to do Gal right now. But, they live over there and whatnot. But yeah, like that was an old Diamond member as well.
Oh boy, I mean, oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Wow. That Jesus. Oh,
makes you feel old, right?
Yeah. I just leant back in my chair. It's like I'm in my office chair and it's super comfy, and I could just like sit back and like prop my arms up, and yeah, I feel really old. I feel like I need a cup of tea.
But yeah, unless there's more topics you want to cover, I think we've almost came to a close.
Oh mate, I could talk for ages, but I feel like we should save it for another time.
Another episode, you'll make another guest appearance. So I guess to close off, is there anything you want to plug? Is there anything you want to say to new upcoming gals or people who look up to you? Let's start with that, and then maybe.
Shut up! Stop! You flatter me too much. I don't know. I'm really bad at this stuff. I guess okay. I have a blog, HelloLizzieBee.com. Yes. And I also have a YouTube channel.
Subscribe to it for the love of God.
HelloLizzieBee. Thank you. Those are like my main, and I guess you can follow me on Instagram if you want. It's also HelloLizzieBee. And yeah. I don't know.
Any advice? Anything you want to say to your fans?
Any advice?
Your adoring fans.
Don't say that. No. I want to say, please, for the love of Tsubasa, do your research. Please. Like, me and Dala here are always here to help you, but you've got to maybe look for yourself first. Google is great. It gives you everything. But yeah, and to always keep on experimenting. There's no, like, everyone has to start somewhere. It doesn't matter if you're rubbish. You just gotta keep on going.
Preach.
Like, I'm still learning, and yeah, just keep on going. And that sounded really cringy.
No, you're good.
Let's just stop the recording now.
Alright, thank you so much for being my first guest. It's been such an honor. Thank you so
much for having me.
I'm so privileged. My god.
Yes. No, I could say the exact same. It's been so much fun. I love this.
Thank you guys for getting through this and listening to us just prattle on like old biddies. Old granny gals. Talking about all the things. I super appreciate it. And if you like this style of podcast video format, let me know. I'd love to do more of these with other gals in the future. So yeah.
Oh, maybe you should ask them, who should I talk to next?
Maybe. Y'all let me know.
Maybe.
Hit a girl up. Anyways, thank you guys so much.
Thank you. Thank you so much for having me.
Until next time, guys. Signing off.
Bye.
We going away.